Get ready to go crazy. Today, Android Gamespot brings you the 10 most disappointing games that will drive you nuts. Sons of Anarchy is an awesome show. So when Silverback Games announced an episodic adventure based on a hit show, little to say that I was hooked. The first episode did see light of day on iOS with a promise of an Android release and 9 remaining episodes, none of which will happen. Heck, there was even a season pass on sale at some point. Apple did give a refund and we're left with a big pile of nothing. What Silverback. Number 9, on the other hand, didn't live up to the hype by actually being released. Epic of Kings brings in a blend of fantasy, adventure, and action with some high-end visual graphics, or so they say. The graphics of the game seem outdated, there is no exit option, it forced close on me a couple of times, but on the up note, I did get a refund. Number 8 is Call of Last Agent, or Cola. I don't know if they're trying to cash in on the drink's popularity. It's released by Team Fun Magic. The game claims to be the first of its kind to use the rear camera of your device to aim at targets, although that feature is very buggy at the time and I couldn't get it to work. It suffers from screen glitches, frame drops, and constant game crashing. No thanks. Number 7 is the Walking Dead Michonne miniseries. Good games are supposed to be enjoyable experiences that take you out from your reality and make you dive headfirst into theirs. And it can be hard for a game to do so when it suffers from constant lag, horrible glitches, and they won't even give me a refund. Bad, Telltale. Bad. Number 6 is Banner Saga 2. There is a long list of sequels that didn't live up to expectations and Banner Saga 2 is no exception. I absolutely loved the first one, but the sequel suffers from patience-challenging loading screens. We're talking 6, 7, even 8 minutes of waiting time. The game also suffers from technical issues with sound dropping, the game refusing to start at times. Here's hoping for a patch that will fix these issues and let us, the players, perhaps enjoy the gem underneath. NBA 2K17 is our number 5, and while it still improves on NBA 2K16 less than tolerable controls, the game doesn't run as smooth as the iOS version and it also suffers from gameplay handicaps. And worst of all, it is still not available worldwide. Number 4 is Codex Guardian, and while we're used to see some pretty good RPGs from Square Enix, this game can be described as just okay. It also suffers from getting stuck on loading screens, network failures every now and then, and some background music dropping all of a sudden without a hint of a warning. Batman the Telltale series comes in at number 3, starting with an Android release that was delayed like forever, and I'm not sure why, but once we finally got the game, it came in with some incredibly long loading screens. The game is also laggy, glitchy, it force closes more often than they'll like to admit, and the game just feels incomplete. Come on Telltale, this is not the type of list you want to have a game ranked in, let alone 2. Number 2 is Afterpulse, and I know for a fact that we Android gamers have been waiting for this game for almost a year, maybe more. This is Gainesville's latest third-person shooter. Afterpulse just hit the Google Play Store recently, and although it's still currently in soft launch, the reason why you may not be able to find it in your Play Store, the game is laggy at times with some infinite loading screens, and server issues are also present when trying to join in a multiplayer match. So let's just hope that all this is patched up when global release hit the fan. Evoland was and still one of the best RPG adventure games available on mobile devices. It takes you through a decent story as well as the evolution of video games, starting with the 2D old school pixelated visuals ending in full 3D action. So you can only imagine the big letdown when we heard that Evoland 2 has been cancelled for mobile devices, with the reason being that current gen is just not performing enough and can't handle the gameplay or the length of the game. I personally think that Evoland 2 is just too much work right now for a studio the size of Shiro Games to release on mobile. But whatever the case may be, we're still hoping that one day we'll get to enjoy Evoland's sequel on our mobile devices. Well, these were the 10 most disappointing games on Android for 2016. Don't forget to like the video and leave us a comment. Pick whichever one is the worst, or if we missed the game, make sure and let us know. Also, don't forget to subscribe to Android Gamespot. We put up a bunch of new videos every week.